Inside this inconspicuous, ordinary, and unassuming building in McKinney, something special is brewing. Something from another world. Something from another time.
We're all about traditional German beers brewed right here in North Texas.
Franconia Brewing Company has only been around since 2008, but its roots go back hundreds of years.
Everything started 1800 with my great-great-grandfather, who opened his first brewery in an area in Germany called Franken, translated Franconia.
Since then, most of brewmaster Dennis Werman's family has been in the beer business in the Franconia region of Bavaria. Werman has brewing in his blood.
I started working in the brewery when I was 6 years old and did my first batch completely on my own when I was 12 years old. So I've never done anything else. You see different roasting stages.
Werman studied beer making and worked long, hard days in breweries in Bavaria, but in 2003, Werman's half-German, half-American wife wanted an easier life, so they moved close to family in North Texas. However, taking it easy isn't how Werman operates.
I wanted to work a little bit more again, felt back in my old habits, and wanted to bring some German beer culture into North Texas.
Werman took all of his knowledge, all of his life experiences, all of his family history, and put it into Franconia Brewing Company, a place where traditions live on.
We are brewing strict to the German Puritan law, so we still use the same ingredients like it was hundreds of years ago.
A place where hard work is valued, where handcrafted means something.
We don't have any computers set up to the system. We don't have any pneumatic valves. We don't have any robot arms lifting a keg up for us.
A place where his great-great-grandfather, who is on the company's label, would feel at home.
I hope he would be pretty proud of it and would have a pint with me, and we would talk about the good old times, and I would tell him about the good new times.
Its roots are in Germany, in Bavaria, in Franconia, in Werman's family history. But the fruits of his labor are here in the Lone Star State.
I don't think it matters where you are in the world. It's a blessing to do what you like to do, what you enjoy to do, and it's a blessing to do something local and produce something local other people can enjoy.
And we are all blessed that this inconspicuous, ordinary, and unassuming building and that special, otherworldly, and timeless thing that is brewing inside is made in Texas. Twice a week, Eric Binkowski puts on makeup for his job.
I've never got my eyebrows even in 7 years.
He got here after responding to a Craigslist ad 7 years ago.
It specifically stated that there was a troupe looking for performers, musicians, artists, storytellers, anything else like that. They just didn't say what the job was.
Binkowski has performed magic in restaurants and bars, fortune telling and improv, but he had never been a clown until the Craigslist ad audition. He got the gig, a gig for an audience unlike any he had experienced in his career.
I had a misconception about what classifies as sick child.
Eric Binkowski at Children's Medical Center in Dallas is known as Dr. Knock Knock.
Don't eat it.
Did you just give it?
She looks hungry. All right.
Clowning for children who have little to laugh or smile about.
There was a clown much wiser than me that who does his work and used to say, in every sick child, there's a child who wants to play.
This is your mom.
That's my daddy.
Your dad's a lady? Oh my God.
No.
It is a tough job for Dr. Knock Knock and his partner Dr. Scribbles. Many children don't quite know what to think about the makeup-wearing, red-nosed, goofy doctors with big feet.
Sometimes I'm funniest 6 feet away, and that's where I'm going to be the funniest. And other kids, will come right up to you like there was no boundaries and give you a big hug.
And it turns out what Binkowski does here, bringing light and cheer and joy to a child, also illuminates his own life.
It's actually the brightest part of my entire week. I do a lot of jobs outside of here, and I do them because if I was to get a regular 9-to-5 job, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Binkowski says every once in a while he's tempted by a job with a 401k and health benefits.
I'll go on an interview and I'm like, nah. I sit there and nah, this is not what I want to do. And immediately I'm just like, it reinforces everything in my mind that this is where I'm meant to be.
And so, this is where he is. Like any other job, there are good days and bad days. But a bad day here is seeing a child in pain or suffering.
You just have to kind of remember some of the better days and pull them out of your pocket and kind of read it and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. And you know, I remember when I really made that kid happy. Or you know, when a parent said, oh, I haven't seen my child laugh in 3 days. That's going to keep them warm.
We say, oftentimes negatively, that a job defines a person.
They get cold.
But in this job, in the most positive of ways, Dr. Knock Knock has come to define Eric Binkowski.
A lot of times people don't get to express themselves in their job, and I know a lot of people, you don't have to put on a funny face or a red nose to do that, but for me, it seems odd to say this is the actual real me.
All because of a Craigslist ad, Binkowski can be himself. And the kids, just for a moment, can be themselves. Happy children, the way children should be.
Doctors and nurses' main goal is to take care of what's wrong with that child. And they do an incredible job of what they do here. You know, it's something that I can't do. I can't take care of what's wrong. But while I'm here, I can take care of what's right with that child.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3.
It's the start of another day of work for Sharon Pope.
Our vehicle's sold as is, where is, with no warranties expressed or implied. What you see is what you get, guys.
Her office is the back of a pickup truck.
I'm waiting.
No desk, no computer,
Are you here now?
no water cooler or copy machine, just a microphone
Number 1, 2003 Kawasaki.
and about 60 vehicles.
150, 200, 150, will you bid a 2, 150, bid a 2, 150, bid a 2, 150.
Sharon Pope is an auctioneer.
It all started as a dare. Half, 1 half, no 175, 150, go 175.
Pope began her career nearly 30 years ago, working for the city of Dallas doing auctions. At one point, going to auction school to master the craft of auctioneering.
What you do is you just count day in and day out. You count numbers, and they'll throw a number at you, and you start up. 400, 400 and a quarter, 400, bid a quarter, 400, bid a quarter, 400. They teach you breathing lessons, how to breathe and talk fast. I mean, all the fastness, all the canter comes later. It really does. 75, 550, go 75, 550, go 75, 550, go 75.
When she first started, she wasn't immediately accepted into this boy's world.
A couple of times they'd say, oh, you know, you're no good, get off the stage. And I'd say, all right, you get up here and you try it. And so after that, they kind of left me alone. I got 700 in the bank, go quarter, bid a quarter, 700, bid a quarter, both of you are out. You want quarter, quarter, quarter. They're kind of amazed that a woman can talk that fast. But I said, hey, women have been doing it for years. 3/4 bid after, quarter bid after, quarter bid after.
She has to sell the good, like this Mercedes.
So $24,000,
The bad,
$200 on the pick 'em up.
and the ugly. There are cars with no tires, SUVs missing doors, scraped up motorcycles, and limos that have seen better days. But this stuff is easy to sell. She once had to convince people to buy items a lot stranger than all of this.
It'd have to be this artificial leg. I mean, it looked so real, you didn't know it wasn't real until it came out of the box. And it's just like, oh my goodness, this is not a real leg.
Through it all, she has one goal in mind.
Make a lot of money for the city. Yeah, whoever I'm selling for is just try to get the best dollar for them.
And she's making that money
375, 375, 375, bid 400, 400, quarter,
awfully fast.
475, so $450 to 29C.